What is the purpose of life? Today, I want to talk about the purpose of life. And before you go, oh, fucking the purpose of life, really think about it. What is the purpose of your life? For a long time, I chased the money, I chased the fame, I chased the fucking rewards of life. And the thing was, the more that I chased, the emptier I felt. The more that I was chasing the outward expression of what we think that life should be, the further away that everything that I was chasing got. And when I think about it, and I see people that they want money so desperately in so many different ways, like in business or just even just an internal greed. The more that they want, the more that they believe that they've got to hold on so tightly to the money, to whatever it is, the less that they have a grip on it. And I guess it's sort of like, in a way, it's sort of like being generous. When you're generous with others, the universe is generous with you. And I don't say the universe like, some woo-woo thing. It's just an energetic shift, because the more that you chase, the more that you covet, and the more that you hold on to something, the more that you can only see what you're holding on to. You can't see opportunities. You can't see things that possibly would get you closer to your the ultimate goal. Because purpose isn't found in dollars. Purpose isn't found in houses. Purpose isn't found in anything material, really. Purpose can be used by material things. Purpose can be expressed with material things. But the purpose of life is not to get stuff. Because when you think about it, when you die, whether you've got $1 in your account or $1 zillion in your account, you're still dead. So therefore, purpose isn't something that you can take with you. Purpose isn't something that you can buy. And if we're just chasing purpose through outwardly expressing things and stuff and showing people, how good we are, that's not purpose either. Although as men, we feel as though we've got to achieve, we've got to strive, we've got to get shit done. But the more, like I said, the more that you chase, the harder it is to get. And the problem with this, the problem when you're coming from a place of chasing things with purpose, and you're chasing the purpose through an external validation of your, underlying beliefs that perhaps, that money and fame and fortune are going to make everything okay. That reinforces perhaps your self-belief that you're not enough. But that's for a conversation for another day. But the problem when you're chasing purpose through external things, it'll leave you empty. It'll leave you wanting, and it will never fill the cup of purpose in your life, because you can't. The cup of purpose is about others. It's about changing. It's about evolving. It's about growing. And it's about you being able to make a difference. And your purpose could be to make a difference in the lives of your family. Your purpose could be to make a difference in the lives of the community or the world. But purpose cannot be found in money, houses, cars. And the more that you chase, the more shallow and empty you'll feel, because you're not actually chasing your purpose. And that's the problem. As men, we think that we have to get shit. We have to do shit. And we forget that we have to be. We have to be a man of purpose. We have to be a man. Once you've got your basic needs met, once you've got your food, shelter, and your family's safe, if you're not pursuing your purpose, your passion, your desire, that's when we start to feel discontented with our lives. And that can come in many different ways, and it can be expressed in so many different ways, whether it's addiction, whether it's distraction, whether it's just complete numbness, whether it's whatever it is. It comes back to you not being and living in alignment with your purpose. And you might say, well, to find a purpose is to be, it might be too much of a stretch. It might be too much of a mental leap for you to go, oh, fuck, I've got to, the purpose of my life is to, save the whales. But the purpose could just be to be a good person. Your purpose could be just to show up. And then when you're doing it, when you're living your purpose, the funny thing happens. The things that you were chasing, the money, the houses, and that sort of thing starts to take care of itself because you're living in alignment with the man that you were supposed to be in the first place. And you start to move in that direction. I know for myself, like I worked for many years. I worked as a baker and I was making bread every day, just showing up and going through the motions, out of alignment with the man that I was supposed to be, out of alignment with the thing that I was supposed to do. And I just did it because I was safe, because I was certain, because I valued safety, certainty, and comfort over stepping out and stepping into the unknown, stepping into a possibility of being something a little bit more. And that's not to say that, now I'm some magical person that's changing the world. But I live more in alignment with my purpose. So my discontentment and my level of, my level of unhappiness has gone down. I mean, there are times where I get pissed off. There's times where I get angry. There's times that I don't do the right thing. And there's times where I fall short. But there are that point where I make a mistake or I do the wrong thing is a lot smaller and is picked up a lot quicker than when I was out of alignment, because I was just trying to numb through the day. And if you find yourself getting home from work, from a job that you fucking hate, talking to people you don't like, and over and over and over again, living the day, Groundhog Day, over and over and over and over again, then it's time to ask yourself, is this my purpose? Is this the life that I'm fucking born to lead? Am I being the man that I was supposed to be? And that's not to say that you one day fucking come home from work and say, fuck you, boss, I quit. Because that's unrealistic also. A more realistic option would be to say, okay, well, from my working hours, my purpose isn't being expressed. But what could I do outside of those hours to start to express my purpose, so I can start to build my internal self-belief, so I can start to become the man that I'm supposed to be. And therefore, in the future, I'll be able to grow and expand my world by growing and expanding myself. Whether you start a YouTube channel, whether you start to do some volunteer work. It's like anything. It's like a tree. It just starts with a seed. You water that seed and then it grows into a tree. The tree doesn't just magically appear, and that's like with our purpose. If you're not 100% sure about what your purpose is, if you don't know the direction that you want to go in, just listen to that tiny voice in your head and just follow it. Follow where it leads. And like I said, it's not about burning the boats and turning your back on the life and your family and all that sort of stuff. It's about recognizing that if you're out of alignment, that's a message that your life needs to change. And the first step of change is to, first of all, recognize that there's something that needs to change. Once you've done that, work out where you want to go. Work out a direction your life could go in. And then slowly move your life in that direction. Because when I realized that my life was out of alignment many years ago, I didn't really know where I wanted to go and what I was going to do. I just knew that something had to change, and then I tried something and I liked it, or I didn't like it, and then I tried something else, didn't like it, liked it, and it's just about finding your way. And it's not about getting stuck in the rut of life because, just because you've done something for the last 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, doesn't mean that you have to continue to do it for the next 20, 30, 40 years. All it means is that you've come to a point now, you've realized that what you're doing has served you up until now. And what you have to do moving forward is to do something different. By doing something different, you get to try new things, and you need to grow. You get to grow as a person. Because life is short. Well, ultimately, we're only here for a short time. And like I said, the things that we can create, the things that we can do, and the things that are important are not things that can be bought, are not things that can be, sold. And then the man that you are, the man that you're becoming, the things that you believe and the things that you believe in, and then the people that believe in you. And then ultimately, when we think about it, each and every one of us is being given a legacy to live. That's right. You yourself has been given a legacy. You have been put on this earth to fulfill something. I believe that it's your job, deep down inside, to find your legacy. And it's not about a legacy of, curing disease or walking on water. It could be as big as small as you like. But really, when you think about it, deep down inside, you probably already know that there's a little calling. It's the thing that you think of. Oh, I wish I could do that. Oh, one of the ways that they say that you can find your purpose, your passion, and things you're interested in is if you had $1 million, or whatever the figure is. If you had unlimited money, what would you do with your time? Who would you spend your time with? And what would you be doing? That's it. If you could answer that question, or those 3 questions, that'll give you a really clear picture about perhaps what your purpose is, where you're going, and what you want in your life. Because I believe each and every one of us know we're here for something. But not everyone gets to live that life. Not everyone gets to be the person that follows their purpose and their passion and their desire, and to create the fucking legacy that they want to create. It takes a rare man to walk in the direction of their legacy, to create a memory that people will remember long after they're gone, to serve people, to create freedom, to set people free from whatever their cage is. These are the things that purpose and passion and legacy can create. Because ultimately, like I said, you'll be remembered for the things that you do. You'll be remembered for the lives that you change, and you'll be remembered for how you showed up in the world. You won't be remembered for how much money you made or how much money you didn't make. But if you want to live a good life, you need money. So like I said, you've got to balance that. But the person that chases money will always be chasing. The person who chases legacy will always find it. So if you want to know more about finding your legacy, finding your passion, finding your life, click the link down below and we can have a chat, because I'm here to help you set yourself free.